Wildball Field plot. Just gonna send out a quick tweet to let folks know that we are up and running again today. Let's see. Some reminders. Today is the start of the Shades Eve event. I assume it kicks in when we have our typical rollover of dailies and stuff, so that'll be a noon CEST time. So in the meantime, we're just gonna spend a little bit of building efforts on trying to dress up some more of the Wildball Field. The last that we did for last week was, I think it was, we installed the extra booths. We've got the ticket booth going, and we've got a souvenir shop going. And we did a little bit, I think, on some of the lounge area, just getting it all kind of set up. It's basically pretty barren at the moment. I was still trying to figure out, okay, what kind of pieces, do I want to just put in some ready-made chairs or couches, or do I want to fashion my own, that kind of thing. As well, I mentioned that working on kind of giving the field a little bit of extra decoration. I did have a little quick question for Katia, which she ended up responding about how the field itself works before. When there was people actually playing a match, the ball could go past the field borders. So it acted as if it bounced off of the walls of the field area itself. I've asked her if that's still the case, or if it's actually bordered by the line of the field itself, and she says it stays within the field lines. So that means if I want to set up some benches and like a coach area where the coach would stand and the players would sit that aren't actually participating at the moment, then that should be feasible. It won't interrupt or get into the way of any kind of play that might be going on. I mean, it's not to say that people won't actually kind of step off into it, but it shouldn't hamper it too much. I have been looking for some more of the maintenance platforms, but they just have been pretty much zip on the AH, so I just haven't gotten a hold of any of those. But my intention later is to set up some kind of like double jumbotron images. It's probably just going to be maybe Tales from the Fringe kind of posters or something, some kind of imagery there. I'm not sure what. Excuse me. But just to represent that there's some kind of screen there displaying like the gameplay or something. We've also started lining the inside wall with advertisements. So obviously Protostar is going to seize that opportunity to kind of spread their propaganda, and then anything else that we might can include will go up as well. In fact, I did get a hold of some neon signs. I got a few of each type. So like, say for instance, you could like slap down the octopus one. That in, and then I would prefer just to have the octopus itself showing, just to do something a little different. It doesn't mean you have to, it's just something I like to do, make it different. Something like that, and then just kind of spot them all around. it's just, it takes time to collect all of those bits and pieces. The Gatorade machine, for instance, comes from the boxing gym fab kit, which I'm really not very good at. So I tend not to even bother with it. I just grab stuff off the AH if I find it for a decent price, which I haven't been. I think the going rate right now is like upwards of 50 gold or more, and it's like, well, I'd like it, but I don't know if I'm going to spend that much, that kind of thing. Let's see, I guess let's see about getting a couple more of these. Just gonna grab 2 and then I'll probably end up needing 4, but I'm just gonna put 1 in here in the ticket booth area. Because while it's dark out now, you can kind of get a feel for what needs some light and what doesn't. Now I haven't updated my my add-on for Katya's, the housing builder toolkit thing, but it's my understanding that she has updated that very recently, because she started a new thread in the forums for those that would like to share portions of their build or maybe the entire build. But I think right now it's just, you know, like if you have a custom built couch or a custom built TV or something that you want to share with other people so that they can use it in their own homes. She had it set up so that you could post the coding and everything that you would need, but she's modified it now so that it's compatible with Lament's version of add-ons, just so that they're both using the same kind of coding and everything. So that was nice of her to do, but it does mean that you need to update if you're planning to either partake in that or share in that. You want to update. I just forgot to do that this morning. I had intended to, and then I just kind of got sidetracked because there's a lot going on today with Shades Eve starting up today. I've been trying to get myself all prepped and ready, got my bags emptied out, and all that kind of good stuff. So let's see. One thing, well, since we did ask her about the spacing out here, I'm going to go ahead and lay down some benches on either side here. Not sure exactly where I want to put them, but and we'll probably just go with the exile benches. Excuse me. So let's just we're just going to put down 4 for now. What I'm going to do is just double check the size that I have these at. Okay, so I have them about 7. Thought so, but it's always good to check. If you're using one item, even if one is in the interior and another one's in the exterior, it's good to be consistent with your sizing. So we're just gonna drop this in. Looks pretty small now, doesn't it? Maybe I'll go ahead and leave it full size. Let's just try it out though, just to be sure. Yeah, I guess that'd be a little small. I think I had to make it the smaller size inside the locker room because of the space. So we'll just bump it back up. Everything's good and square. I'll probably actually end up installing a few more, but I think just a couple of them for now is good enough just to kind of get an idea of where we want it. Now I don't want it exactly centered between the wall and the the field line. I actually kind of want it a little favoring this direction, just to leave plenty of space. Let's see, what did I do there? Let me just unlink that real quick. There we go. Something like that, more on this side, so that if you have players kind of standing in front and cheering their teammates on, it's not too crowded, I guess. Just trying to get a hold of the one that's already linked. It doesn't look like it's gonna let me. There we go. Move that over. My cheaty way of doing that. Yeah, I use Katya's and Laments. I use both. Currently, I'm just using the one because it's just handier for me. But yeah, I use Katya's. But welcome to the stream, Quinlan. Let's see. They essentially do the same things. There are just certain stuffs that I prefer to use one or the other, depending on the situation. Like, for instance, with the duplicate, one thing I like about Laments at the moment, and I know Katya is working on changing it, is as soon as I click on an item, Laments automatically pops up. So that makes it slightly more convenient than having to always type in when you first start something up. Yeah, definitely. If you're into any kind of custom building, or even just, you know, well, really, it's really custom builders. It's a custom builder's dream, the toolkit. But like I said, with Katya's, when you first come in, if you want to use it, you have to. Oops. You have to open hers up, and it will stay open. And I would much prefer it to stay in that position as well. But when I first come in, if I'm automatically just going to clone and stuff, rather than taking the time to type in, I just use this one. But either or works well. I prefer Katya's when it comes to saving sets, just because hers actually like tells you how much it might cost to put in that set on a new plot or something. So it kind of itemizes like your shopping list and kind of thing. It also has a lot more tools as far as like the differencing and the averaging and things like that. She also has a lot of bug fixes built into hers. There's just an enormous amount of stuff. Same way she's got like the Finder now and everything, which I haven't tried, but it's, you know, something that, you know, some people may find really handy if they lose a lot of items often. Whereas Lament is more, it's a set manager too, as far as if you want to save sets and everything, but I think Katya's is a little more fleshed out because she's actually had a lot more time to mess with it and has gotten a tremendous amount of feedback from players that have used it and what kind of features they want, whereas I don't think too many have used Laments because, well, for one, for such a long time it was not kept up to date. So most people just kind of abandoned it, including myself. I just quit using it. And now that it's back up, like I said, some things I find easier on Laments, and sometimes I find it better for Katya's. Like when I go to link stuff, I find Laments easier because of the little radius tool that they have built into theirs. It's really just a matter of preference. Some people will say, well, I don't want to have a bunch of add-ons, so I'm just going to do one or the other. Well, pick the one that you feel is the most helpful for you. Personally, like I said, I use both. So let's see. We decided we want to do like having like the water jug or something. So we decided probably a keg would work for that. I don't know if I want it on the bench, next to the bench. Not really a big sports fan, so I have no idea what's appropriate or not. Maybe I need a table or something. That I think I'm just going to leave it on the bench, though. See, even though Katis is up, this one I just find, I don't know, I automatically zero in on it. Oh, I don't have it perfectly angled there, do I? Try that again. I was like, why is it going off course there? That's because I didn't have it. You do. Have a good night, Quinlan. Going to bed at this hour must be an NA player. Or someone that has really odd hours. Let's see, I'm just gonna do this one a little different. I'm gonna put it on this side of the second bench instead of the other way around. I don't think I have any more towels. If I do, I'll go ahead and put one. I do. I'll just put that one here, I guess. Yeah, shrink it down just a little bit. I know there's some in the bathrooms for the locker rooms, which I have those a little bit on the bigger side. But I figured those are more like, you know, huge body bath towel things, and it makes sense to have them big, but this is more like a face towel kind of thing. Okay. Someone did mention maybe setting up some of those little camera bots or something. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of deciding what kind of decor I'm going to use that. I haven't obtained any extra bits for that, so we'll sort that out later. Let's see. I did get a hold of one NPC at a fairly cheap price, so I'm gonna see about where I might want to put him in. I think he's a laborer version. Let me see. Yeah, he's a laborer, so it's gonna look like he's tinkering with something. So maybe I'll put him in the snack stand here. I actually don't know how big this thing is, so let's. Oh, he's sizable, but not too bad. So maybe he's making a snack or a sandwich or something for somebody. Don't want him kind of sunk in there, do we? Let's see. And see, I still use the regular built-in add-on as well. I can't make up my mind what I want to use. Maybe he's sorting out some popcorn for somebody. And as I get my hands on more of them, I'll probably populate a few. I figured like the dancing lop would be good for in the stands, you know, cheering for their team or whatever. It's just, they're not so easy to come by right now unless you're willing to pay a good price for it, so it's one of those things. Let's see, what else do we want to do? Probably let's see about working on some of these. One thing I do need to sort out though is Friday we put in some lights for the office area, the commentator room, and then I realized that they actually poke through this really thin little bit of ceiling we've got, so I need to put something up here or change the type of lighting. I really like the soft light of the sconces though, so maybe I will just do this. The center one on here. Excuse me. See, no one will ever know the difference. There we go. This looks like an extra, and it shouldn't, still shouldn't have any trouble with hiding. Yeah, because mainly I was concerned about making this too high. It would obscure the view of the scoreboard, which it doesn't appear to be doing that, so that's good. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this real quick as well. Do that. For whatever reason, sometimes the duplicate gives that offset, and I find that irritating. Okay, so long way around again, because I've got that all blocked off. Oops, always run into the benches there. Now, I have been giving some thought on what kind of souvenirs we could put in. And ideally, I would love to have like the blue skeet and the green skeet plushies, but I would have to do that specifically on this character to get a hold of them, since I believe all of them are find on pickup. So while my main might have a bunch of them available, even sitting in her personal bank, I can't transfer them over to this one, and I don't think this one's going to be capable of doing the particular little instance that you can get those from, so probably not going to be a feasible option for her. Okay, so let's go to lighting and see what we've got. I really would love to use more of these, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get away with that. So let's see what we have. I don't know. I guess I really just want to go with nuances. I love those things. I think that's a higher ceiling, so see if we can just get away with one. And again, I'll have to hide it. But that's okay. Must be due for some company or something because my nose is again. I'm eyeballing where the center might be of the room. excuse me. And then we're gonna just move this one down on the other side. So yeah, today with Shades Eve kicking in, I'm going to be working myself silly trying to get as much of the Shades Eve decor as possible, because I know while we do have 2 weeks to work on it, there's a lot of things I would like to have duplicates of. So that means, you know, working to get that all collected before the event ends, because once the event ends, the way I understand it, that decor, you'll still get to use whatever you collected, but it's not going to be available on the vendors and stuff like that. So, like, you know, take your opportunity while you can. Oh, man. Like it was meant to be that I have so many duplicates of this particular item. Oh, that's still kind of showing through, isn't it? Is it the same here? No, not really. Let's see what that looks like down below. There's a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be that big. Okay, so now we need to do the same thing for the other side. You could go through the trouble of making a set, copying it, and bringing it over, but I'm just going to do it one piece at a time. And then lower this just by a little bit. And we're good. Okay, so we have some lighting in here. Now we need some kind of heating going on. And I think what I'd really like to do is just make up some of my own seats. Doesn't necessarily have to be functional. I'm more just going for the aesthetics look of it. So I think kind of hover park blocks do we have? Drop one of those out. And the looking for the full pipe. There we go. Just gonna get a few of those. And this usually comes in pretty big, so make sure you've got plenty of space. And I wish that they would fix it so that the controllers kind of stayed closer to where the piece is. That does become a little awkward in places. Okay, so how do I want to do this? I don't know why that offsets so badly, but it does. Ugh. Really not so easy to work with this when it's oh, let's see. Just playing around with ideas as far as seating and stuff goes. I have a feeling that's not going to work as intended. I don't think I'll be able to match this curve and still bring it around all the way. I'd probably need to make it bigger and then it would show up on this other side. I think that's what would happen. I have that. And 22. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work right. Ugh. See, I find that awkward. I prefer the dragging. It's just that it's in an awkward position. Let's see. If I make it bigger and then lower it, I don't know if that's gonna work right. Also different as far as the look of it because of how I've used it. Yeah, I just don't think that's gonna work like I'm wanting it to. It'll probably be easier if I oops, I sent the wrong one to create. That was good. Might be easier if I just make it all the same curve. Try it that way. See, the copy transform here actually doesn't do the offset. I don't know why it would do it for one and not the other. Who knows? Okay, and then we'll just link this all together. I think I linked it all to the same one, yeah. And try and it's just right. I'm part of minus. Where's that? Red. That looks all right. Okay, did I do that right? I don't know. Excuse me. Again, I'm just playing around with different ideas. It doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to stay this way. It's just I'm intrigued by these pieces. I like the shapes that they sometimes make and the different kind of things you can put together, and so I'm gonna go with it for a while. See if it works all right. Let's see. Do you have any pillows? No. Use the 2 ones. two would probably be best since we've already got the red flooring. I think the other colors will kind of clash a little with that. Pink might work too because you've got the light pink bits here. Maybe I'll make one the 201s and the other one the pink ones. So let's try the 201s here first. Gonna grab a few of those. And let's see what feels good with that, the size and everything. So I'm just kind of putting them in to kind of give it that, you know, the pushy round. Filling it up. Part of it is I really have that strong urge to sneeze, so it's real burny, irritating. Trying to keep the edge distance the same all around. Now a reminder too, with Shades Eve coming in today, we also have the Hoverboard Z-Pre coming in. I think it's Wednesday. And again, while it's not specifically geared towards full-on housing stuff, there are some new housing items that will be available. Specifically the particle effects type of decor. The ones that we were able to preview in the PTR was the blazing, I think it's blazing trail of fire, and then the lightning strike. I don't know if that's the actual name of it, but that's how I remember it. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm not sure if that was doable or if I ran out of duplicates. Guess we'll figure it out here soon. Ah, we still got a couple more, so we're good. Because as far as I know, it still will give you an error if you try to place something that hasn't been bought yet. Excuse me. Both add-ons should work so that you can just say, hey, I want to place this or that, and it will do it and buy it straight from the vendor, but last I checked, they were not working that way, so just kind of a heads up there. So there's one seat. Still need to sort out the ends here, which is fairly easy to do. We'll use what do we have extras of? We'll do the short ones. And it's just a matter of finding the right size. This one happens to be perfect for that, so. Problem is this part here, we don't want that all the way, do we? So we're gonna have to size that down a bit, I guess. And use a few of them. Which is okay, it's better than having it all. The main thing you don't want is, so what I probably should do is just cap it off with pick it out floors. That would probably be the simplest. So let's see, do you have any extras of those? Look like it. Oh gosh. Oops. Well, he just doesn't want to stay upright, does he? No, he does not. Well, let's force him then, I guess. Wrong way. There we go. That looks about right. Kind of hard to tell. It looks like it's not quite all the way at the bottom. So what I could do is unlink these. Link it back up and then kind of bring those down just a little bit to accommodate the height of this thing. Ugh. It's just one to go wonky. Something like that. Not going to be perfect, but oh well. Offset again. Wow. This really worked up a lot, didn't it? Terrible. I hate that bug. It is a very annoying bug. Okay, there's that. Now we need the smaller ones for this part. Oh, for crying out loud. Is that too small? Let's see. You can see now that that's not really snug on there, is it? Okay. Minor adjustments, trying to get it so it doesn't look funky. Okay. Last piece. This. Maybe. Something like that. So now the question is, if I do a set copy and everything, will that actually copy over appropriately? Let's see. We got 4 of those. And I know we got extras of those. The exile floors. Okay, you get 4 more of those. And the pillows we'll do separately. So mostly we just want to save the wood parts. That I'm gonna link it all together. I have a bad feeling that it's not going to work like I'm hoping, but we'll try it. So we get all the pieces first. Okay, that looks to be everything, so put that on 7. So we're gonna add the linked set. Let's see, put that on. We're gonna say relocate, then I'm gonna move out of the way. We're gonna place all and link it. Wow, it worked. I'm so happy. Hard to tell, but I'm happy. Okay, so I don't think it put it in, it just put where I placed it, so place it for now, and then we'll adjust it for the position in a minute. Oh, now my eyes are all watering. So first, I'm gonna check where this is position-wise. So, what is that? 53.42. So we're gonna try and get this to go to the same position. $53.40. And then I want it to be kind of centered. more or less like that. Looks good to me. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, but I'm just having a really bad time of it today. Okay, so we could go with the red pillows, but I think we're going to try it with the pink ones, just for something different. First, I'm going to see if it will work nicely, because remember, you have the tassels to have to worry about. They will poke out sometimes in odd ways, so it's good to try that out first before you get too caught up in it. Yeah, see, you'll have to inset it pretty far to get that tassel not to show. Again, I'm just experimenting with sizes to see how far I can kind of stretch it without it looking kind of odd. I think that might work decent enough. Have to be really careful with how you turn it so that the tassels aren't showing. And what I might do is, instead of you can either overlap them or maybe just space them out nicely. I think overlapping will work best, but we'll see. So let's just apply a few of those, and then do it like this. Now I'm going to alternate them. Well, I don't know, that might not work well. That looks just so the pattern's not the same. Doesn't mean you have to do it that way, but I like doing that just to kind of keep it a little different. And I'm also looking at how they join up, trying to keep it kind of in a good way, but not always going to be possible. Just because of the shape of the pillow and how they got it. Ideally, I would have went with more like a blue and a green kind of pillow setup, but we don't have any blue pillows, so kind of makes it not a good thing. And while I probably could get away with using maybe the folded shirt, those are a lot harder to come by, so it's just not a feasible way. If suddenly I came into, like, you know, a whole package of those, and yeah, maybe, but I don't think that's going to be something that will happen anytime soon. So again, I'm just slowly but surely bringing this around. Now, this week for the housing tours, we were going to be, I think it was scheduled that we would be doing some Dominion homes. But in honor of the Shades Eve event that is starting this week, I believe we're going to be doing a special Shades Eve themed housing tour episode. If I can, I will stretch it for not only this week, but I will do it again, a similar approach next week if I can find enough homes that fit the theme. But since I haven't really found any good examples so far on Dominion side, we will probably be visiting some exile homes that have come to kind of envelop the theme of, you know, scary, haunted, that kind of thing. So that's the type of homes we will be visiting this Wednesday, I think. I think it's an appropriate way of ushering in the holiday. So, okay, so there's the pink version. Not too bad, I think. Just give it some, you know, some difference. Maybe this is the girl's side or something. I don't know. You know, you could add some extra details, having some drinks or a vase of some plants or something in there. You could add some kind of extra little thing here, some kind of table setting. We'll probably add some more seating here, like some straight seats in this way, and then having the pillows match and the cushions for both, just to kind of make it a full matching set. And we'll do the same thing over there, the other side. Still undecided what all I'm going to put in here. I know I want to put more. I just haven't been inspired yet as to what else needs to go in here. I don't really want to add more like commentator desks, so it'd be more like I don't know, just more spectator seats or something. You know, we have the VIP lounges on the other side, but maybe these are like some more of the sports officials that would come in and stuff. What else do we got? I had wondered about how to do the rest of the signs. I know I wanted something to say like tickets, and then I know I keep calling this a souvenir booth, but that's a really long word. I wanted to keep it short, so I'll probably end up being gifts above that one. And I've been debating on whether or not I want to use the same letter style, just using bananas for all of that. Or what, I'm not sure. Just how we're gonna do that. If I want to try something else or what. I did get one of the awnings. I got two different kinds actually. There's the Pell awning, which is more rounded and got all these sticks and things poking out of it, so I don't think it'll be all that handy. But I have it just in case we want to try it, so I figure it would probably be better for one of these thingamabobs. But yeah, it's really clunky with all of those wood bits coming out of it. An awkward piece of board there. Just feels out of place. So I also have the red shop awning, which is a little better. It's not perfect, but the thing I hate about it is these extra little doodads here. I know you're supposed to have them like they're attached to the wall, but then this doesn't feel right, the angle of it. So I don't know. It just kind of, it feels better with this, because the bells should be hanging straight up and down, or whatever these things are, the little lanterns. But if you do that, then this doesn't look right. So you end up having to push it in to get those to match up better. That might be too low. Something like that. Excuse me. The main thing is you don't want those little lights having any kind of collision and having your characters stuck in it. In theory, as long as mine doesn't get stuck, nobody else's should either, because the collision should be the same for all, but you never know. So there's that. Just to give it something a little different. Help draw attention to it. Gosh, that was really bad. But again, I'm not sure about if I want to use the same technique for the lettering or not. And then, of course, because of these wires here, maybe it would be better if I put the gifts sign down here. I think that might work best. I'm putting it down here. And then for the tickets, either do the same, or yeah, probably the same. Have the snacks up in the middle, up at the top, and then the tickets and the gifts down here on this part. I think that will be better. And then find some way to give this one some kind of an opening. I'm not sure what. This I really would have loved if it would come in a different coloring, just to make it show a little bit more. I might decide to change how I've done this and use some other piece of decor that's bright and not so blendy with the background here. For now, I'm gonna leave it. Anyway, I think that's about it for today. I really didn't have too big of a plan as far as what I wanted to tackle. I will do some more. Part of it is I'm having trouble getting hold of some of the items that I like the NPCs and stuff. So it's taking time to kind of work that in with the rest of the stuff that I'm working on. Excuse me. So I will work on collecting some more of that and see it about, excuse me, being a little bit more prepared about what we want to add in tomorrow. Either that, or I may go ahead and decide to open up my Shades Eve plot. I'm basically done with it, I think, other than any extra goodies that I might get a hold of during the event over the next few days. So I might as well showcase that as well, just kind of give everybody an idea, maybe give some folks some ideas of their own for their own plot. I've kind of lost track of what I was thinking about. But definitely right now it seems like an appropriate time to leave, because my sinuses have really just gotten really bad all of a sudden. So I think we'll wrap it up for today, and wish you luck on anything that you try to scrounge up today from the event when it actually opens. I think I'm guessing it's going to be in a couple of hours that the event will actually go live. I haven't seen any information about potential maintenance downtime or anything. So I don't know if there's any kind of, I assume it's going to be like them doing a flip of the switch, kind of like with the daily resets. It just happens. And I imagine it's going to be the same with the event, but I really don't know how that's going to work. But I wish you luck in getting in the event, and I hope, if you haven't seen it or tried it, that you step in it and give it a shot, because it's really nicely done event. Most of the games we come across have some kind of holiday stuff, and this one is no different, but the way they've approached it, I think, is really nice, and should be fun. And of course, there's lots of goodies to collect, especially for housing. There's a lot of new fence pieces and trees and some extra little unusual pieces like the effigies and the carts, and of course the candy bowls, the pumpkin-shaped candy bowls, and all those kind of stuff. It's just there's a lot of nifty little bits that you just don't want to miss out on. Even if you're not into all the skulls and things, they've got some green windows. Yeah, it looks spooky, but you might find another use for it elsewhere. That's the kind of decor I'm mainly aiming for. It's the ones that can be used any time of the year and not just for this particular season. So good luck with that, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. See you later. Bye-bye.